Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have a fun jelly plate hack to share with you. This is going to be using ink blending. I'm using distress oxides today. So here we go. I had this idea and maybe someone else has thought of it, but I just hadn't seen it yet before. I have a really hard time with these itty bitty little die cuts getting them colored. So my idea was to use the gel plate to help assist with that. Now, before I really go into what I'm going to do on the gel plate with this, I needed to do an example of what I would normally do. This is the size of these little die cuts. They're very small. Some of them are smaller than my fingertip. I'm using the Media Surface Mat by Tim Holtz, and while I'm doing this, you can see that some of those leaves are moving around on me. And I'm doing this intentionally, trying to see if I could use it without holding it down with my finger at all. And every time I took my finger away, there it goes. It's sliding all over the place. Not very easy. And I'm getting my finger inky. So the next thing I wanted to try was this grip mat, also from Tim Holtz. And I'm trying it without my hands. And in this case, same thing, the items are moving all over the place, but not quite as bad as when they were on the craft mat. I did speed this up a bit so that you could kind of get the idea. I'm kind of chasing them around the mat. I did die cut these onto sticker paper, so I'm able to layer these nice and easily. I just figured I'd show you how cute these are. This is a little lemon. I think I want to do an orange for the fall season. Maybe like the look of dried oranges. And then here's a cute little apple. I forgot I wanted to color in these little seeds before I put that little centerpiece over the top. But these are really easy to layer and they're really super cute. This set is from Spellbinders called Delicious Decorations. And it goes with a kit that has all kinds of sweets and apple pies and different kinds of delicious looking crafty sweets. So the lemon here, I struggled a little bit with this one, trying to get that little piece in. These are really small, so yeah, very tricky. Now we're going to try this on the gel plate. I'm using a Gelli Arts gel plate. So I'm just putting my teeny tiny little die cuts on here, and without using my hand, I'm just going to, and I'm using this and playing this back in real time, but I'm just going to see if I can use this almost like a gripper to hold my die cuts while I do my ink blending over the top of them. So I wanted to do a couple of different colors. The fall colors here is the palette that I'm using. The green is peeled paint, the yellow is fossilized amber, the orange is spiced marmalade, and that reddish color is actually crackling campfire. So I kind of go through each of these and start adding color. If you see a little movement on this, it's not actually the die cuts moving. The jelly plate is very jelly-like, and so it's actually the gel of the jelly plate that's moving as I'm pressing these, not the actual die cut. Those stayed very still. They didn't even slide around on me, and I'm not touching them. So I'm not touching what they're on. So the jelly plate is gripped to the media mat, and the leaves are gripped to the jelly plate. And this is on a clean jelly plate, so it has that gel to cling to. So I just kind of sped this up a little bit so you can get the idea of me finishing these off. These come off of the gel plate nice and easy. I was able to just finish off coloring each of these, and they're so tiny. Next, I wanted to see with the remaining ink on the plate if I could get a print from this. So I just put some white paper, cardstock 110 pound, to peel that away, and I was able to get an impression, but you can see I have these little fingerprints in there. I wasn't thinking about that at the time, but when I took those leaves off of my jelly plate, it left my fingerprints. So if I were to do this intentionally next time, I wouldn't use my fingers. I would probably use a little craft knife or a tool to take those off. I did use this paint on my jelly plate afterwards, and this was just to see if I could get the rest of that ink off, and I think I did get it pretty clean. Next, I wanted to see from the negative of all of these little pieces that I had cut out, if I can kind of more intentionally create an ink blending background on the Gelli plate, and then I'll use a page later to pull it up. So here I'm just going to go in and use those same colors and blend out. I will get a double bonus on this. I will get this background that'll be inked in nice colors, and then I'll get what's left on the Gelli plate. So as I'm going through these, I am trying not to get it off the edge, but some of it does, as you know. I would probably do this on a larger piece of paper if I was really trying not to get the edge of the page in there. So you can see I did get that a little bit on the sides, but overall this is so cute. It's such a nice ink blending, very easy, super clean. The colors looked really nice, and then I'm just layering these little pieces on here just so you can kind of see. Maybe you could layer up a background using that like a stencil, and then putting these little pieces on top. It was so cute. So after I did this, I had another idea that maybe I'll try this gold, like a lighter color. I don't know if you can tell, but there's still like almost one more ghost print worth of those little die cut pieces on there. So I wanted to see if I used a lighter color, if I could see those little ghost prints. So here I'm using a light gold by Craft Smart. I love this color, and it does really good on the Gelli plate. And when I pull this up, you couldn't really see them, but you could see the ghost of them. I don't know if you can see that, but you almost see like their shadow, like you could see what was there, but they're not colorful. So one last idea I wanted to try was I was using this Deco Art iridescent top coat. It's acrylic, and it's kind of like a shiny, shimmery purple. And I'm going to put this over, well, I'm going to use that piece that I got my little background pieces on. I'm just going to layer it on top of that. Now I could have just painted this over my little pieces there, but I think with the Gelli plate I get a much cleaner and more distressed looking pull. Just more fun. I don't know, maybe it would have looked good too. I really enjoy this, plus it dries so fast, and I don't have to use really any other tools, just my roller. So I don't know if you can really see this, but it's very, very light, shimmery purple. So if I wanted to use this as, say, a background for a card, it would have this really nice shimmer to it. Next up, we have this leftover piece that I colored, and I can use that as a background as well. I hope you enjoyed these tips, and please like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you in the next one.